Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles. With a knowledgeable sales staff and amazing service department, you'll drive away satisfied. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com. The IKM-Manning 4x8 team joining us here on a windy day here in Audubon. And we're first talking here with Emile Ring. Emmy, first of all, a good race here for this 4x8 team early on. Talk to me about how your leg of the race went.
Well, I've never been first to start a relay, so that was different. I just try to stay, usually Loma will beat us a lot, so I just try to stay with that first girl and hoped I could catch up to her.
What part of the race are you normally in? Or part of the race are you at, I should say? Well,
usually I'm second leg, I think I was last year for the most part.
So what was kind of the difference between starting and being that second leg?
Starting it, it's definitely getting out. I didn't realize how fast everyone would get out. And then second leg, it's more I can base my pace on the first leg.
Sure.
And then see where it goes from there.
Talk to me about just the first lap and the second lap. What was kind of the strongest point for you?
Definitely my first lap felt stronger. Second lap, I could tell I was definitely dying a bit, and the wind on the stretch really killed me. But
I was just going to ask you about that. You got one part where it's behind your back, one point where you're running right into it. There's no in between. So what was kind of the strategy going into the wind?
I tried to let the wind more push me on the back stretch, and then when I was going up against the wind, I tried to sprint more.
Absolutely. Talk about this 4x8 team here this year. How do you feel about this team's kind of potential throughout the season?
I think we have some pretty good potential. We have a newer girl coming up since Bianca left us from last year. But we have most of the same times, and we're trying new people. We keep switching people, so we'll just see how it goes.
Absolutely. Talk to me just about some of the other races you're involved in here today.
I'm also involved in the shuttle hurdle and then the 400-meter hurdle.
Sweet. So you get about a 15-minute break and you're right back into it. Awesome. Well, Emmy, thanks so much for joining us. We'll move over to Allie here. Allie, again, a very nice race here for this 4x8 team, first one of the season. How do you feel your part of the race went?
Definitely. My first lap was kind of harder. I'm not really used to 800s. It's new to me this year.
Yep.
But I did try to sprint out on that last 200, and I ended up getting a girl, so that felt pretty good. I
was going to say, that was probably the highlight for you there. You get the girl, you guys get into second at that point. What was going through your mind once you lapped her?
Definitely, I heard footsteps behind me, so then I kept looking back, but then everyone was like, you got her, you got this. So I really just tried to sprint my hardest.
So 800, you say you're not kind of used to. So first time out doing 800s, what was kind of your strategy going into it?
Definitely trying to find a girl and pace with her and try to see if I like that pace or not.
Talk to me about first lap, second lap. Where was kind of your strong suits here?
My first lap, I think I started out too strong, but then I kind of settled into it.
Yep.
And then I definitely picked it up on that last 200, and yeah.
And I really think you gave Julie a really, really nice start going into it. So talk to me about some of the other races you're in here today.
I have the 4x2 and then the 4x4, so pretty good breaks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, thanks very much for joining us, and congratulations on this race.
Thank you.
Move over to Julie here, and Julie, again, really, really good race here. Allie gave you some really nice leverage on that one girl behind you. So what was kind of your strategy going into your leg of the race?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that she was that close to that girl, and like she said before, she's very new to 800, so I didn't expect that from her, and I saw that, and I was like, okay, this is it. We're gonna do this.
I was gonna say, so when you got lined up, were you in the 3 position? You had to move up, or what was kind of going on there?
I did. Like I said, I didn't even realize that she was that close to that girl, and wow, that kicked it in for me.
Yeah. So talk to me just about your first lap and second lap. What was kind of your strong points of this race?
It was definitely that first lap. The first 200 was very, very strong. I was very confident in it, and then I got to that 200 mark, and I was like, oh gosh, this is kind of rough. The wind hit me, and and then I think you guys got back down to third place, but I think kind of those top 3 spots were pretty much locked in from that point on. So that one girl gets ahead of you. So what were you kind of thinking at that point? It was just really hard to stay in it mentally, I think, with the wind and then the dead spot over there was a part, and it's a hard race. But
it is. It really is. But talk to me just about the other races you're in here today.
I am in the 800-meter run and the DMed 8.
Well, I'll tell you what, good luck with those coming up here later on today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And then finally, we'll go on, and Raegan, if I'm not mistaken, yes, I was right. We had a runner that was sick here today, so Raegan, first of all, really, really good racing here today.
today. Talk to me just about getting out in the race, because I could tell you were kind of getting loose and getting back into it once you got kind of that second lap.
Yes. I was not ready at all. I was like, I just got to go, try my best, but my legs were definitely dead.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was going too fast until the first 200, so I was like, I need to slow down, otherwise I won't be able to finish. So I just went from there.
So from the sound of it, it just kind of the pacing is what you're going to focus on coming up here. You guys were in second, you get down to third, but like I said, those 3 spots were kind of locked in once you guys got out to it. So getting to that second lap, what was kind of the focus for you?
I was like, hopefully stay the same and not completely die, and try and do my best I could with running the 2 mile right before.
So it sounds like with this 4x8 team specifically, there's a lot of new faces when it comes to running the 800. Is this your first 800 you ever run, or you're kind of a middle to long distance runner?
I am middle long distance. I do the distance, but I usually run open 8s, but I hate those so much.
Talk to me one last time. What do you got coming up later on today?
I have the mile left later.
Awesome. There we go. I tell you what, thanks so much for joining us here, Raegan.
Thank you.